I'm excited because tonight I'm going to do something that is one of my goals for this trip. Over the last year and a half since I've had a YouTube channel, and I have been part of the Facebook and Instagram Anglophile community, I've made some wonderful friends. And I haven't met any of these people in person. They're just virtual friends. So I'm looking forward to finally meeting some of these virtual friends face to face. In 2021, when I spent the entire summer in Britain, I was able to meet a lot of virtual friends in person, and that's what this video is about. Of course, we had lots of American friends and family who planned to come visit us in Britain this summer, but all of them had to cancel their travel plans due to the travel restrictions that were in place. So instead, we focused on spending time with Ian's family in Britain and our British friends, many of whom were new friends that I had made because of my YouTube channel. Here is a recap of who I met in chronological order, along with what surprised me about each of them as I met these virtual friends for the first time in real life. First in our tour is Shannon, historian by education and her day job, and an equestrian and extraordinary amateur photographer in her free time. I've been following Shannon on Instagram and Facebook for 2 years, ever since I started my channel, because she has an amazing presence in the Anglophile space on social media. And her posts aren't just pretty pictures of the English countryside, stately homes, and adorable dogs, sheep, horses, pigs, and other farm animals. Her posts are also a history lesson and a peek into British life today and in the past. But she does have the most delightful photos of animals, particularly her dogs. We met up with Shannon and her partner Carl at the Blackbird pub in Northumberland. See my sticky toffee pudding video for the details on the amazing pudding we ate there. The most surprising thing about Shannon was how wise and talented she is for her young age and how delightful her insights are into British life. I could listen to her talk for hours because she is so fascinating, and I really loved the conversation we had over dinner that evening. Next up was our trip to Edinburgh, where I finally got to meet subscriber Lorraine and her husband Colin. I knew Lorraine was hilarious because I had been messaging and emailing and talking to her on the phone for over a year. But I was chuffed how delightfully hilarious she was in person, and I was surprised to discover that Colin is equally nutty. During our dinner with them, they both had me laughing until my sides hurt. To see our dinner at a historic pub in Edinburgh, check out my haggis video. I will provide a link above and below. On our trip to Knaresborough, we met up with subscriber Keith. I had only spoken to Keith through YouTube comments, so it was a fun surprise to discover what a lovely tour guide he was, and we loved hearing his historical background information on the wonderful town of Knaresborough. If you haven't seen that video, you really should, as it is one of the very best videos on my channel. On our way back home after our northern expedition, we stopped in Nottingham, just to meet the lovely Yemi. Yemi is a fellow YouTube creator who I met through her cooking channel. She then started a personal vlog channel as well, and I'll link to both of them in the description below. It was fun to meet up with Yemi, and since we are both foodies, we had to eat lunch at someplace delicious. Yemi chose a place called the Pudding Pantry, which from the name I knew I was gonna love it, and they had very creative and delicious menu items to choose from. Her daughter had the yummiest looking hot cocoa, and Ian and I shared a super healthy avocado toast with roasted cherry tomatoes, followed by this decadent Trillionaire's caramel chocolate shortbread with ice cream. The most surprising thing about Yemi was meeting her 2 daughters and seeing what an awesome mom she is. It was delightful spending time with all of them. We then planned a trip to Bristol to meet up with Kelly, who coincidentally is also good friends with Yemi. Kelly has a YouTube channel with her family called Maysam Adventures, and we have enjoyed following each other's travels around Britain, especially all the castle visits. Speaking of coincidences, 1 week last year, we both did videos of Chepstow Castle. We had a great time meeting Kelly and having a long chat at a Brazilian restaurant called Las Iguanas. I'll leave the details of the restaurant and the amazing city of Bristol for my eventual Bristol vlog, but I highly recommend both, except for the sticky toffee pudding. My STP video from this week explains why. The most surprising thing about meeting Kelly was how down-to-earth she is. I'm so impressed with how much she does, working a full-time job, being a mom to 2 young children, and running her YouTube channel. I really learned a lot from her. While we are on the topic of delicious food, it was food that caused me to connect with virtual friends Luke and Kay, who have the wonderful food blog and recipe website Flawless Food UK. I stumbled upon their site looking for a recipe for Greg's bacon cheese turnovers, which I made a video about. I also tried making their Yorkshire pudding recipe in another video I filmed from my kitchen in Texas. They drove out in their camper to see us in Cheltenham, and we had a blast that weekend. We had an amazing meal of takeout Sri Lankan food, and then enjoyed delicious meals in various pubs around the Cotswolds. They hadn't been to the Cotswolds before, so we really enjoyed showing them some of our favorite places. Lots more details on the places we visited in my upcoming Cotswolds series. And here's a teaser. We took Luke and Kay along with us on a death-defying adventure in a small Gloucestershire village. I can't say any more about it now, but it was a highlight of my entire summer, so you won't want to miss that. Next, we visited Wales and had lunch in Cardiff with another YouTube creator friend named Imo.
Hello.
Imo from The Life of Imo, is that you now?
Yeah, it's called The Life of Imo at the moment.
Imo is fascinating because her channel is a daily vlog of her life in Wales. And as I watched her film our lunch and adventures together, I was surprised at how effortlessly she vlogs all the things that she's doing throughout the day. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked by the fact that she then edits and uploads videos on an almost daily basis. As you know, I record things and then finally edit and publish them months later, like my delightful visit with Imo that happened in July, and here we are in late November. Imo, of course, uploaded her vlog of our meeting on her channel the next day, and I'll share a link to that video in the description, so definitely check it out. This is my last installment in the Meeting Virtual Friends video compilation. We are back in Texas, and we are meeting up with 2 American/British friends that I met on Instagram. I became Insta friends with Sandra, whose username is BrillBreads. Over a year ago, she's part of the #Anglophile Instagram community, and we got to be friends and started chatting on the phone and discovered that we both are married to a Britishman named Ian. The difference is her Ian has a British accent, and that's kind of an inside joke. If you watched our 28th wedding anniversary video, you heard the story about that. And if you haven't watched that video and you like us enough to hear the story of how we met, how we got engaged and married, it has a lot of funny stories and embarrassing moments, so you might want to check that out. I'll link it above and in the description below. We got together for lunch with Sandra and Ian Russell. What's extra special is that Ian is a voice actor who does a range of accents. It was very fun meeting them. And stay tuned for an upcoming video in which Ian will demonstrate some of his voice acting skills and accent expertise. We enjoyed a high-calorie lunch at a delicious Southern-style American home cooking restaurant called Yardbird. The meal was the day before my birthday.
Happy birthday to me!
So I splurged and went big on eating whatever I wanted. Here's a look of some of what we enjoyed. I did not, however, order the chocolate cake. I saw it on someone else's table and it was shocking. A monstrous hunk of chocolatey goodness crowned with bacon on top. Now we know why Americans have a reputation for large portion sizes and large people. All you Scottish people keep saying that deep fried stuff you invented, but all I know is it's also a very Southern and Texas thing. So this is a deep fried Oreo, a little happy birthday sign in fondant, and ice cream and a candle on top. I hope you enjoyed this little Parade of Friends video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and join me for all the exciting travel vlogs coming up soon. I have something really special planned for next month. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.